So hi guys, my name is Shivan Kumar. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm basically going to write a protocol, HTTP protocol, if I am going to be specific about it. इसका कारण ये है कि for almost I've recently learned how to write protocol, and and I'm going to follow this dev course, and you can see I haven't bought anything from this place actually. Okay, so I'm not going to buy it actually. Okay, so simply if you go back, the course is free if you want to do it, but if you want to interact with it, then you need to buy some buy this course. Okay, I think if you want to interact with it, so you can say you are in a guest mode, so you can't actually see the solution as well, and just to see the solution you have to become a member. But मैंने recently प्राइम का वीडियो देखा है जिसके ऊपर आप जाके you can follow that course actually, this one. So you can follow that course, but I'm thinking about doing it myself, and this time I'm not thinking about following the video. I'm thinking I will be doing without watching the video. I'm just going to read the docs just like he did, and it was also his second time, and I think now I think this is going to be my fifth or sixth time. Because होता क्या है कि एक्चुअली में जब भी मैं कोड करने बैठता हूँ, whenever I start learning something, I leave that course in between. So you can see मेरे पास दो फाइल है द प्राइमेजन की, even and you can go into learning part actually, and इसके अंदर भी होगा 3-4 here you can see one, okay, and another one here, four files. तो मैं बहुत बार ट्राई करता हूँ कंप्लीट करने का कोर्स. एट सम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम कंप्लीट हो जाता है. तो लास्ट मंथ ही मैंने इसको कंप्लीट करा कोर्स, एंड आई थिंक आई एम गोइंग टू राइट इट अगेन. So let's follow the assignments. Create a new project directory of the course. It's called mini http from TCP. Okay, let's do this. So I'm going to make directory. So what this he was asking, http from TCP, I think. http from TCP, I think this is the name of the course. http TCP. Okay, let's go into this, and we have, what do I need right now? Create a message.txt file in the following project and contain the following. Okay, let's create the project. So ages.txt file. Is this messages or message? Okay, so it is message, and I'm going to save this one. Okay, and let's go back. So initialize the go module. Okay, initiate module name. Okay, let's initiate the module first of all. Go mod. I'm going to copy this one and go here. Let's close this. So I'm thinking I should just change the place. Let's clear this, and let's go into cd into http, and I'm going to write this one, and http from TCP. I think I'm going to write the module name like this. Okay, so I have created the module. Now he's saying to create the, so I'm done with this one, I'm done with this one, I'm done with this one. Create a new main.go file for the root, and now it's simply print out the string. I hope I get the job. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, I haven't completed this one. Let's have a go main file .go file, and I'm going to write ps. Okay, just give me, I think my My LSP is not working for Go. Mission. Oh, the problem is that I have recently installed the new worm again, yeah, by changing the configuration. And that's might be the problem, that I haven't installed the Go LSP. So let me check which one I was using before. Okay, Go LSP. Okay, yeah, this one I was using it. Okay, so I got this. I think my LSP will work. Okay, so I think this is working. And just close this again, and let's open this, and let's go into the main part, and let's try to. Okay, so now it's my LSP is working. Cool. And I'm going to write a function, and I'm just going to print ln right now. I don't know why print ln. So I'm going to write what he is saying right now. Okay, I hope I get the job. Okay, so I hope I get this job exclamation. Okay, so I think this was what he want me to do. I hope I get the job. Okay, I hope I get the job. Okay, so let's try to run this again. Oh, come on, where am I? Okay, let's run this again. Go run main, I think this is how it's run. Okay, so we got the printout right, actually. So okay, so the lecture 1 is complete, I think, and let's go to the next lecture. So this is the part is actually very easy to do it. And the next one is the challenging one. I think the first challenge, 8 byte, it's all testing our new higher ability to read and write the data in the data stream. Remove the print. I hope they got job. Instead write the program to your program will now read the mess.8 byte at a time and print the data to the std out at db chunk. Okay, so I just have to write the pseudocode for it. os.open message for reading the file, and write 8 end of the file. Okay, read 8 byte from the file into a slice of the byte and print the 8 byte as a text to the std out in the format. Okay, let's complete the first one. Okay, let's read this one, and I just need to require some object that can be connected to the message of txt file. For that, I'm going to let's do one thing. Let's have an object that is attached to it. If I don't remember correctly how to read the file. Okay, so let's see if I file or error. I think my AI is working quite. I think what he's saying that os.open will work, but my message gmessage dot, I think my tab is not working actually. Let's age I hate this. Let's age message.txt file os. The problem is I haven't imported the value. Okay, so I got the file Let's say if file doesn't appear, then what should I do? I should just what should I do? Panic? I think panic is work. Panic will work. Okay, so I have a file now. File from where I can read anything. But to to read from the file, I have to have some kind of a buffer. So I need to have some kind of a buffer. Defer close is actually a good thing. He's giving me a good option to do it. So I think I can write defer close here. See, close actually. And I need to have another thing. I need to have a buffer. Double F buffer make byte. We are going to use 8 byte here. Okay, so I'm going to create a new while loop which is going to run infinitely, but the error will stop it. Okay, so how should I do this? I think I'm going to write a for loop, and I'm going to read from the file into the buffer, and whenever so look, one thing you have to remember, 8-bit I have in file into the size of the 8 byte from the file into the slice of byte. Okay, so I need to read 8 byte from the file into the slice. Okay, print the 8 byte at the as a text in the STR format, and when you finally get the IOF error, exit the program. Okay, so if I got the error no, so I think if I got the error, then I think I should stop it. Let's add a comment here. I'm going to read the first 8 bytes. Okay, and for that I'm going to create an infinite loop, and where we are going to read file dot read into buffer. Okay, so I think this should work, and if we reach the error, we get some kind of error, and the error mainly is going to be end of the file. Okay, so I'm going to break it as well now. Break, yes, and if I got the error, and otherwise I'm just going to print it, and otherwise I'm going to print it. Okay, fmt dot print f, and I'm going to do this one. Okay, buffer, I'm going to read 8 byte of that buffer. I think n is quite okay, and we got some kind of a error. Okay, GRA, let's import the, where is my import, fmt import, I don't see, and I think I'm going to fmt, and next is OS. I think I'm going to import. Let's check this out if this will work or not. And just to check this, I'm going to run this program. Go run main again. So I got some kind of output, but I need to check it if this is going to workable. Okay, sorry, I have to add read as well to this one. So I think I'm going to do read here, and let's create a space of some kind. Do I need to put a space? Yes, I do have to put a space. And let's run this again, and if I check this, do you have 8 byte? Okay, do you have, and look like I think it's look like The code is running fine. Code is running fine. Yes, the code is workable. Okay, and the break is working as well. So let's move to the next lecture. I don't remember if I done this one like the last time was similar or not. I don't remember that. Let's move to the next lecture. Okay, reading 8 byte at a time is a good start, but 8 byte chunks are not how people tend to communicate. You probably noticed that. It was hard to read the individual message through your program. Trust me, this is all related to the HTTP protocol. Well, of course, we are going to trust as the Primation. Let's update our code to continue to read 8 byte at a time, but now let's format the output line by line. Okay, this will be a good idea because what we are doing here is actually just breaking the code, breaking that message at any random point. I mean, not by the random byte, no, by 8 byte, every 8 byte, which is not a good practice. If you want to read message, if you want to read text from any txt file, so I think he's saying that you should break line by line. Okay, let's continue. But now present as represent the entire line of input file. We are decoupling how we represent pass full line data. Okay, so here what I did is create a string variable to hold the content of the current line of the file. It need to persist between the read. Cool, this will hire. Just okay, let's do this one first of all. Create a string variable to hold the content of the current line of the file. It need to be persist between the read. After reading 8 bytes, split the data to the new line to create a single substring. Slice of string. Let the call the split section parts where there typically only be um, one or two parts because we are only reading 8 byte at a time. So we need to split every 8 byte into slash n. Okay, so if it's contain slash n, then I think then we should be moving to the next line. I think this is how I am supposed to do. So what I'm going to do, this one works fine. Okay, read. Okay, so I'm going to read this one. So I have already read the file. Okay, so if I'm going to read from the buffer, first of all it's a byte in format, so I think split is going to be I think what should I do? Create a string to create a whole the container. Okay, so first of all I need to write some current line. Okay, so var current line string is quite fond of it. I'm okay with this one, the auto completion, and I need to save this. So I'm going to keep adding the current line, adding the read byte into it. Okay, so I think this will work fine. Int line equal to string of buff, and the problem is that I need to split at a specific point. So how should I do this? Okay, so I think, and so I've already created the global variable, you can say, which is out of the loop, and now I just need to break the 8 byte not break it, find if it's contain forward slash n or not. Okay, so just to do that, I think I'm going to create a if condition, if it's contained. Okay, so I'm going to create it. Okay, so split split is equal to byte is byte dot split. I think this will work fine. Okay, yeah, this will work. Byte is split. If I remember how it's work, split slice s into all sub slice separated by a sep and return a slice of sub slice between two separator. If sep is empty, split after each. It is equivalent to split n with a count of -1. Come on, I don't understand. Okay, so just to learn that, I think I will go here. Let's check this out. It is split in go. I don't know why my net is working quite slowly. My laptop is over. Just give me a minute, okay? So the problem is my laptop I was losing charge. Okay, so let's close this one and let's find out the where is split. Okay, so there is a split. I don't remember the difference between split and split n. The problem is that. So okay, so if you got split and so if you got some value, then you will get the array of it and something like this and this. Okay, so if you don't find it, what will happen? I want to find that. Okay, so if you don't find it anything, you will get nothing. Weird. Okay, so this one is split after n. Okay, so let's see this one, how it will work. Let's take the example here. Split n is 2. Okay, so tu, it will return the 2 value. Okay, and split 2 value, and if you don't find it, what will happen? Okay, so it is equivalent to split n with a count of -1. Okay, let's try this. If I don't find here, for example, if I don't find y here, what will happen? If I do this, I think print n split string dot split split. Okay, can I split a string by character? Okay, so let me remember. And the last time when I done it, I think it's written -1 if we don't get any split value. I think this is what happened. And I'm going to change this to slice of bytes. No. Okay, let's work with the byte slice. Split this. Okay, this one much better. And यहाँ पे what we are going to do here, I'm going to put buffer here. Okay, so buffer is a byte type, and I'm going to put this one. Okay, need to convert this to a byte. Okay, so this one here will works. and I need to put another condition. If I don't find, okay, so this will also work. I think the -1 is not necessary. If we just said length of byte byte split is greater than 0, then only we are going to enter it. Okay, now what should I do? Okay, so if we are not in this format, then I'm just going to add my string add my buffer to our global current line. Okay, so this is what logically should be doing. Well, let me see what is the problem. It's meant what if Boolean expression found missing. What do you mean? I think I need to put this one here. Yes. Okay, so what should I do now? So if we got the if we get it is forward, no? Yes. No, forward will work. Okay, so if you got /n into our buffer, then I need to separate it. Okay, so if you get it, and I also make sure that I got only 2 part. Let's do this. Okay, before jumping to the solution, if I remember correctly, let's add the current line first of all. Current line. Okay, $, and current line, let's add to this as a string byte split. I think work will fine. Okay, so I'm going to add the starting one, and I think I should create a constant variable here, better than putting manually. Text split, text split split split. Okay, I think u, and I'm going to right click. Text split is going to be something like /n. Okay, and I think I'm going to do it var as string type. No, I think so. Problem is that I didn't remember. I haven't coded for a while in a Go language, and I think text split, I think this will work, and I don't know why it is creating the error, but let's okay, let's I need to change this one here to something like text split. Okay, now text split. Okay, so I need to put that in the buffer. The next, which is, because at the end of a day, split byte. Okay, split plus. There also another way to do this. Okay, I think find will work much better. Okay, let me take it. Okay. If I remember, I think better option will be to find the byte into byte. Okay, so let's find text in Go. Okay, string packages and no, not this one. Okay, so okay, index one, which will be much better to write. I didn't remember the index part. I knew there's some kind of an index thing, I think. And let's LIT split. I think I will write it, and I'm going to put index here, index byte. Okay, if I remember, index byte written the index to the first instant of C in a B or -1 if C is not present. Okay, this is what I wanted actually. I'm going to remove this one, and let's go split. And there is a issue. What is the issue? Issue is byte. Index both should be byte. Yes, cannot. Let me check. FMT import is not used. Okay, cannot use value type as byte value is argument in byte index. Cannot use byte or text value of as byte value is argument in. Okay, so no issue. DAW, I think, and I'm going to write like N, and I'm going to put this one, and I'm also going to check if it's not -1. Okay, so if it is not -1, I already have an index value, so just need to put current line plus string. Okay, so this one looks, I already told you that my tab is not working, but I'm keep trying it. The problem is that if I got the value split of some kind. Okay, so I got the value, and the next current line. Okay, so I'm going to update the buffer as well. I'm going to put buffer equal to the buff of split plus length of text split. I think text split. Okay, I think this should work. Text split is going to work. Okay, and split dot text, put in the buffer, and at the end of a day I'm going to, I think you are able to understand what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find the position of /n. Okay, if I'm going to find it, I'm going to break our buffer into two parts. Okay, the problem is that if I got the 2/n, then it's going to be problem, and I'm not taking that scenario. Actually, I'm not going to take that scenario right now. I'm just going to do what is, I'm just going to assume that if ever 8 byte is going to consume in my buffer, it is not going to contain /n here. No. If next time so this is going to be creating issue, and also I'm going to print it. Okay, empty dot print ln, and how should I print it? I'm really sorry here. Okay, so we have created the current line in a file. After reading 8 bytes, split the data into new line /n to create. Okay, /n, yes, /n to create the /n. Let the call this split part. This will typically a 1/2 part because you are only reading 8 bytes at a time. There will be typically only be 1 or 2 part because you are only reading 8 bytes at a time. Okay. For each part expected to last one, print a line to the console in the format. Okay, so my current line is finished, and I need to print that one. Okay, so I'm going to read, not like that, and I'm going to do slash sn, and I'm going to put string. It's not necessary. Let's say current line. Okay, and okay, so let's see current line. The line in the current line will be aggregated so far plus the current line part, the rest current line variable to the empty string. Okay, so the one thing I should need to do after doing this, I need to just push the current line into like this. Okay, I think this is how should be done. And let's check this out. At the last part of the current line variable, repeat until you reach the end of the file. Once you are done reading the file, if there is anything left in the current line variable, print the same line read. Okay, so I need to also check if anything left it or not. Okay, so if length of the current line cu ent current line, I don't know why it is not showing up, and just print this. Okay, and I think if anything left into current line, and current line. Okay, we are done with this one, we are done with this one, we are done with this one, and we are done with this one. Let's try to run this, and I think let's try to run this. Sorry about this. Let's clear this first of all. Clear and go run dot. Okay, this is the okay. So the problem is that do you have what there is a issue. So what is the issue here? First of all, I'm not able to write print ln is workable. Let me check again. So I don't know if I write incorrectly. Print ln front end format default format into operate is string. I think percentage sl. Okay, let me check. I don't remember how to print it. I think there is an issue in my print ln. Print ln in Golang. Byte of string or slice. It's okay now. So what is the issue? So I'm breaking the buffer here, and if current line. Okay, sorry. What I have done, I should have put this one here. DAP and DAP. I think let me check again. Okay, let me try to run this again. Let me see what is the issue now. Okay, sorry. The problem, do you have what it takes to be engineer a startup? Okay, panic random slice bound out of the range at with capacity 2. With capacity 2. So one thing I can do, I can just say chunk chunk equal to buffer 8. Okay, and I think I can just write this in a chunk actually. Chunk if it find it. Okay, and chunk chunk and chunk. So what I'm doing, I'm just creating a new variable to store the data of buffer. Okay, I'm checking into the chunk if there is anything, and I'm splitting the buffer to save it, and I'm going to save into the chunk. Okay, so and the current line is correct, and I'm adding the chunk actually. Chunk I think I should put here buffer for n. Okay, buffer of n. Okay, and I'm putting this here, and I'm putting this into the chunk. I think I should add this one here. What happened? Chunk is buffer 8 of size, and okay, so I don't know why you have to write like this, and it's okay. Chunk. So I'm going to save in some other way. I'm going to save the whole byte. Chunk, and I'm going to save the buffer. Let's convert this into a string, which will be much easier for me to handle. Okay, the byte will work for me, and I'm going to split the chunk, and I'm going to add into chunk, and this one will work it out. I think I should check if it works or not. Okay, so now it's work. So problem is that I need to have a better way to handle the buffer. I should have created the variable at the start of it to save the buffer data, and always change the buffer data into some kind of variable. I should not be updating the buffer instead of doing that. I think this is going to work. So everything is working. Let me check this out. Everything is working. I think the read and is working. Read and okay, so okay, this will work. This is working. So let's move to the next lecture, and it took me a lot of time actually to resolve the issue. The problem is we should not always put data into buffer directly. I should have created a new variable to put data into that instead of updating the buffer. Just like I have done here, I have created a new chunk. I got the reference because I have written this before and I don't remember. Let me correct some part actually. Len of, I think I go with a text split. Okay, I have corrected this one. Anything else? Oh yeah, I don't know. Bytes, t byte text split. There is a issue. Invalid argument variable. Okay, so invalid argument split text split variable of type run for built-in len. Built-in len. What? Okay, let me check this error actually. I haven't seen this error before. Invalid argument. How should I copy this one? Let me check what the error mean. Invalid argument text split variable of type run for valid is len. You are saying because len expect a string slice etc, but text split is in your file is a run, or you are calling len on a run literal like /n, and len cannot take a run. The quickest manual fix is use +1. I don't get it. Okay, so let's make correct. Okay, until this one. This is what I have done. Perfect. Thanks for clarifying. Oh, I don't know why it is creating an issue. वेरिएबल ऑफ टाइप रन का व्हाट इज़ द मीनिंग ऑफ टाइप रन? तो ये पार्ट मुझे समझ नहीं आया. Just to remember guys, I don't know the Go language fully well. I know the some part of syntax. I have done coding some for almost 4 hours in a Go language. Other than that, I haven't written any code before. So this is why I'm keep checking what is happening. Vortex in /n /n. I'm not using it. I'm using converting it to byte actually. Still giving the error. Okay, let's check if my code is running or not. Cannot use text split variable of type run or sorry. So I can't put here. I can do this. I have to write like this. Okay. Let me check if this one works right now. Cannot use text split variable of type run as byte value in argument by byte index. Okay, so why is that? Why I can't do this? The extent catch the other suitable go type is byte index byte, but your text space is run which is index in 30 type. Let's fix that. Instead of, that's what I have done, but it's not accepting it. UID byte not accepting it. I think the issue is that when I did this one, it is creating the error in both sides. But I think this should work right now. Yeah, it's working. I don't know. So it is saying that yes, type run is int 32 byte type. Okay, so that is what it is saying here. But I have written by byte as a prefix before. I don't know. So I think my LSP has some kind of a issue, or I'm hallucinating somewhere. Yeah. So the code is working. I think I should just move to the next chapter. Let's move to the next one. Channel refactor. Just okay. So give me the minute. I'm going to do it. Just give me the break. Okay. So let's start with the next lecture. Okay. So we are at the channel refactor, and I think this is mostly about converting our message.txt file reader into some kind of a some text, some kind of a IO input reader, I think. Yes. So if you wrote your code like mine, there is a good chance that you have got a little state machine going direct inside the main function. Okay, so state machine, if I remember the definition of it, a state machine is a function in which the variables get changed. Okay, there must be some variable which those values is going to keep changing. So I can say that chunk value is getting change every time whenever it's in a loops. So I think that is why it is called state machine, I think. Yes. Let's refactor our code so that we have a nice reusable function that read line from the TCP connection. Oh, of course. So this is the important one. I think this is going to be the hard one as well. Hard one for me because I'm not very good with the writing, good with the Go code. Okay, I don't remember particular syntax of a Go. Uh, okay, so hard for me. I think you guys are just genius. Okay, so we need to create a new function called new function with a signature getLine channel. Okay, it should contain all the logic you have already written that keep the track of the current line. Okay, contain read 8 byte at a time. Difference are that now. It's create a channel of a string. It does the reading loop inside the Go routine, and it does not prefix the line with a read or add new characters. Okay, so first of all, let's create a new function. I think I'm going to copy this one and let's go here. So I'm particularly thinking about converting this to some kind of a constant value. So I think this will be much better to yes, and I don't think so. And I think the mistake last time I have done is I can't so I can't put a run a len function on a variable. I think that was the mistake I was doing. So the constant will be working much better way. Let me check. I think constant should be constant. I think I can apply constant on the length of the constant value. I think no, still can't apply this. So how should I do this? I want to be able to use our const value. I think if there is a define, if I remember in C++ we use define to replace the variable at the compiler time with the defined value. I think. Let me check if we have a define of some kind. Define or define in C++. I think there is a define. Yes, there is define. Yes, I think if define in Go or something like that. Go language. Lang. Let's let's see what AI gives us. Import fmt age string ls. I don't think we have a define in this one. No, 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 no. All of these are just variable declaration, and which I don't think I have. Let's okay. So go to the next part. I'm going to just keep this one. Let's check me once again if it is working or not. So let's okay, it's working. Let's let's copy the function which he said I need to write, and string, I think. Let's import our IO. Oh, nice import, I think. Yes, I got the import and missing return type. So what did he said? What does our lecture notes says? So it is saying that it should contain all the logic you have already written that keep track of the current line, and content read 8 byte at a time. It is the difference are now it create a channel of string. Okay, so I need to create a channel of string. It does the reading loop inside the coroutine and does not prefix the line with a read. So I think I'm going to pretty much going to confuse here. If I remember the last time how I did that, okay, so I'm going to post. First of all, I think I should copy this one. Well, the function which read, I should copy this, and I think I should put this one here, or I think I should put in the go routine, go func, and if I go here, this and okay, defer file close. I don't know how to shoot it. Okay, so if I remember, so I've done that. I've created the channel of string. I should do this as well. I should create a channel first of all. If I remember, how should I create a channel? It's lines. I think this one is correct. Sync channel strng string, I think. If I remember, I don't remember. It's the syntax. Creating channel in Go. Let's read this one. Go function make channel. Okay, this is how it should be created. Yes. And one thing I need to do, iReader close. So iReader close is similar to the object which get attached to the file actually. So, I think if I ever need to call the function, what I just need to do is I think current line, and instead of printing it, I just put into the lines into line. Okay, current line, and the last one is should be working. And sorry about this, and I think this one is fine. So I have to return the channel of string type, which I am going to do return lines. Okay, so the expression in the go must be a function call. Oh, sorry about this. I need to make sure that my and okay, so I need to so the file which is actually is going to be similar to the IO. So I think I should let me check again that documentation. I think it must be written somewhere. Go return exit when it reaches the end of the file and channel is closed. The function return the channel immediately as a caller. Yes, of course I'm doing. Function close the file when it is done with reading, and don't close it when the channel is returning is too early. Okay, update your code to use the new function os.file implement io.read closer, so you can pass your file directly to your new function. Range over the return channel. I think I can just send io.read closer. I don't remember how to use this. I think I can just I can put my file object into this. If I sorry, okay, creating channel in Golang IO packages. So let's see how to use this one. New copy function. So you can so this function is quite funny actually. You can copy the buffer. Read all. Where is it? I'm not able to find it. Read closer. This is here. Okay, so read closer is of type which return the reader and closer. Okay, which has a reader and closer interface. Okay, I think okay, let's see this one, how to use this. Get .NET reader all and byte close. Okay, so I think I should do this like with file file. Okay, so you can see I can open the file, get the file object, and I can just okay, this is here. I can send the file object directly to the io.reader closer. I think both of them contain the similar type. So if I go back here and I'm going to write lines actually, get line and file. Okay, and I got the IO, and I'm going to use it. Has a two interface now, app dot I think app dot reader read. This is how I think I should use. If the function io.read take a p of byte type. Okay, I think this one will work. And just to read the channel, we just need to put a iterator over it. Okay, simple thing. Lines and fmt. Okay, let me see how should I print this one. You need to print this without this read. Okay, if I need to do this, fmt.println will work. So I can think so the so the difference between printf and the println, which I got confused last time, was quite easy. The println will print every text inside, even the value if inside, with a with a with the end of the line character, okay. And where the printf will simply print in a format which I have given. So it will not be adding slash n at the end of a print statement, print output, okay. So I think this should be easy. Line, okay. Okay, so something which I should remember, I need to close the IO as well. So I think defer f dot closer, okay. And do I need to put anything else? I think I need to make sure that the channel is also closed. So defer defer close the line actually. Lines. I think this should work. And let me check. Okay. Go run. Yes, this was working. Let's move to the next chapter, and we are done with this one as well. I was able to solve this because I remember some part of it. That is why I was able to do it. Okay, let's move to the next chapter, next lecture. So when we are in the chapter 2 now, and this one is quite going to be very interesting because we are going to move from reading file to reading the TCP request. Okay, so transfer control protocol is a primary communication protocol of the internet, though it is changing from HTTP, changing with HTTP 3, which is not built on TCP, gaining adoption. Okay, TCP is great because it allows order data to be safely sent across the internet. For example, of course, we already know the difference between TCP and UDP. I think TCP allow us to send the data in a order manner, whereas UDP just want to send the data. I mean, it doesn't care about the order. That is why you might have seen that when you use Spotify, which of course use UDP, I think. Let me check. Does Spotify FS use UDP? No. Okay, so Strawberry primary stream use TCP, not UDP for the core musical, while primary UDP streaming services use UDP. Spotify has historically chosen the TCP for the okay for certain feature like Spotify current, but the main audio stream like okay. I think from some Netflix series I remember that Spotify used UDP, but I think I'm wrong. Okay, so we know the difference between TCP and UDP. When the data is sent over the network, it is sent in the packet. Each message is split into the packet of course order. They are assembled in order. Okay, we might be end up with okay. We are building our own HTTP protocol, not our own TCP. Well, we will use Go standard libraries and TCP implementation. Luckily, Go doesn't have a built-in HTTP package, or the startup will be out of business, of course. So, okay, so let's complete these steps actually. Instead of reading line from the file, our program will read line from the TCP connection. Okay, remove all the logic read from the file. Instead, use net.listener to set up a TCP listener on port 42069. Don't forget to close the listener when the program exists. Okay, when the listener creates, start an infinite loop. Start by waiting for to accept it. So I need to first of all create an infinite loop just to listen the connection. I think I should see the how it is implemented, which will be easier to do. Read from how to implement. Come on, no, not this one. TCP listener actually need package. Okay, so this is how it should be done. Net.listener TCP, and I'm going to listen at this one, and I'm going to for loop to accept it. Okay, I got the idea. Let's move backward and let's remove this one actually, and let's have a listener. ISTNER listener slash error equal to net dot listener, and the port TCP type. Connection will be TCP type, and I think port is going to be something different. Port is this one, 42069. Okay, that's quite a different for port. 42069. Okay, 69. Okay, sorry about that. So I got the file, I'm listener, I got this one. I need to create a loop, for loop, infinite loop, which will be accepting the connection. Okay, so I have created the connection, and connection error. Do I need to care about the error? ASTNER listener.accept. I think I should not care about it. Or if the connection get failed somehow, then I think I should just bury the loop. If anyway the connection is going to occur, this I think break this one. Break I think, and let's move this one. Connection listener. Okay, so I need to call the function as well now. So I'm accepting the connection. I'm accepted the connection. I have to send the connection. Connection is I think similar type of. Don't forget to close the listener when the program exists. When the program exists. Okay, list listener close dot close. I'm done that. Let's see what is left now. Don't forget, okay, we have done this. With the listener create a starter infinite loop. Start with the wait and accept connection. Okay, print the message in the console that the connection has been accepted. Okay, so I need to print this one. fmt.print ln. Okay, so let's see. Print the message the console that connection has been accepted. Okay, so I'm going to write C connections cd and connection accepted. Okay, so my tab doesn't work properly. That is why I'm not able to select the auto complete by my AI, which is okay because I can just type it. We're done with this. You use your getLine channel function to read the line from the connection. Okay, so can I send my connection directly to the function? The interesting part is that both the reading and listening occur in a similar way. For example, if you are reading from the text, then it will be similar to as reading from the any kind of a TCP connection. That's, I think that is why it is Go programmer, whoever created the Go, has done that you can easily swap between these. Okay, reading from the text and reading from the any kind of a connection. Similar. Oh, cool. Lines, and I think I am done that. Connection read. Print the each line in the console with no additional format aside from the printing terminal. I'm doing that. Print the message to the console that connection has been closed when the connection channel is closed. Okay, I think, should I do this here, or should I just print it? Okay, so print it. I'm going to print this one. Connection is close. Connection close. LOS 80 close. Okay, let me check if it's work or not. First of all, we are done with all this. You can remit the program by pressing Ctrl C, run the server again, and the output to the fastd file to temporary file called tcp.txt. Okay, so when printing line, so I can create, I think I will be putting my temp file in my same place. Okay, so that I can just see this. Okay, let's go here and let's run this one. Okay, TCP, I'm going to create in the same place. So I need to create 1020 go run. Sorry, go run. Go run. Okay, so my program is running, and let's create the new one. New window, and I'm going to run my, so my connection is running. I just need to copy this one and print it out. Okay, so if I go here and if I do this, what will happen? I think, okay, so my connection is accepted. You have a limit what it take to be the engineer as startup.txt. Okay, I can do this in multiple times. Let's close the connection. Okay, so have closed the connection. Let me check if the file exists or not. Yes, this file is exist. So you can see even the connection accepted is getting printed here. Weird. So we have created a server which can accept the connection. That is interesting. So I think I am done with the lecture. This one, leave this lecture. Action. For the Linux user, text exploitative netcode and netcode. Okay, so the everything is working fine. Do you have what is take to be explicit? And I don't know how to print the output. One thing to see here is okay, one thing to see, even though my fmt.println function is also going to be printed in a tcp.txt file, and just to do this, to remove that, I think I just need to delete this one. Okay, and if I run this function again and I need to remove everything, how can I remove this? I think TCP, I will just delete this one, and let's go back to the main function, and let's check go here, and if I type it, yes, my connection is working. And let me check if what is printed in the TSP connection. So you can see that everything is working fine. So I'm done with the lecture 1. Okay, done with the lecture 1. Let's move to the lecture 2. TCP versus UDP. We already know about this connection. There is a connection just like we are doing connection accept. I think TCP has a connection accept. Handshaking is done in the TCP but not in a UDP. In order in TCP, not in a UDP. And blazing fast, of course TCP is slow because of all this handshaking and in order and the connection acceptance process. TCP stabilizes the connection between slash and the receiver when the handshaken and ensure that all the data in order sent in order. UDP get the data to be received and hope you can make the send. Quite a funny meme. Cool. Assignment: move your main file into the TCP cmd slash TCP listener directory, where we are going to have a few different program in this course, so we need to keep this organized. Okay, so move your TCP listener. This time you will probably want to use go run .cmd. Okay, in a separate terminal you should see the connection accepted message. Okay, I think I should do this back. I should make sure that okay, so done with this. Moving the main to the main file into the cmd slash TCP listener directory. Okay, let's move this. And we move this dot main file into, I think I should just create first. Let me create a directory. What is the name of the directory? TCMD. Okay, CMD. See the change in the user file. Of course. Let's go back. Let's move the main actually. No, I need to create another directory, I think. Directory is TCP listener. Okay, TCP list. I'm bad with the listener. The spelling is correct. listener listener. Okay, so I'm going to move my main file into cmd slash TCP. Why it is not coming? Okay, done with this, and my main file is inside the. Done with this one task, and run your TCP listener. You will probably want to go into go run. Okay, so I need to run this way now. Let me do one thing before moving forward. I'm going to run this command: go mod tidy, just to check everything is imported correctly. And let's move to the next one, and it is saying that I need to run the program. I just need to go into the cmd slash TCP listener. Okay, so go run dot cmd slash cmd TCP. Okay, so the program is running, and in a separate terminal run this one. Okay, let's move this one here, and okay, so the connection is accepted successfully. Now what? Done with this one. Kill the both program with Ctrl+C, run NVC logo again, and with this time server return off. You should see the connection refuse. Okay, of course we are going to see that. Who doesn't know that this is how the server works? If I do this, connection refuse send. Of course, this is working fine, man. Done with this one. Tried this one, and go. That's because TCP requires the connection to be established before the data to be sent. UDP, no such requirement. Well, I think the next task should be to write to UDP, my own UDP. Okay, run your program again directly into. Okay, this time this temporary TCP listener. I think I should create a temporary here. Let's create the directory actually. Let's create a temp temporary, and I'm going to move this one, move TCP. This is temporary. Okay, and next I'm going to copy this one, and I'm going to run here. But the one thing I am going to do, make sure I like this. Okay, no such file in a directory. Create it then. Okay, so this one works, and let's check what need to be print. I need to print again. Okay, run the previous command. Okay, so accepted. Let's check if my TCP temporary, come on. Okay, I don't see the file actually. I think it doesn't got created. So what should I do? I should change the command T into T. I think the file should be created automatically. Okay, sorry. TMP, that is the issue. The file name should be changed. Come on. File name should be changed. P. What is the name of the file? TMP. Okay. Now I think it should work. Let me check. Come on, temp. Okay, run it again. Yes, it is working fine. Let's go into this file temp. Okay, okay. So I'm saying this. Cancel one and VM again, and let's go into the main function again. So my main function is working. The connection is getting established. Let me clear this one out. Let me clear this terminal out, and everything is working fine. Okay, let's move to the next lecture. Solution file. I don't want to see the solution. UDP sender. Okay, so we have an assignment of creating UDP sender as well. Let me see what is the method. Create a new main file. CMD directory. It can run the go sender. Okay, the program should start using net.resolve UDP address to solve the address. Okay, use derivative repeat the UDP connection and defer to close the connection. Create a new buffer.read that read from the OS as written start an infinite loop. I think the process is actually similar. Just we need to reuse new type of a receiver, new type of function to receive UDP request. And also, I think there is no request. No request for accepting the connection. Okay, print. Yes, so I don't need to accept the connection here, and this one is easy. This one is okay, so I will try this one the next time, because I think the Primeagen haven't done that. I think that is why I'm not going to do it. Okay, I'm not pretty much confident in this. I think, but I can do this. Okay, the file versus network. Okay, so this one going to be interesting. File and network connection behave very similarly. That's why we start by simply reading and write to file. When update our code to a bit more abstract, get line channel so that it can handle both from the perspective of code. File and network connection are both just stream the byte what you that you can read from and write to. All of a sudden go i.reader, and very similar to i.read closer and i.writer interface make a lot of more sense, right? They are designed to work with any type of stream, whether it's file and network connection or something else. Yes. So we can send the file object into the i.reader closer. Both are possible. And similarly, we can also send the connection which gets set up in a TCP directly to the IO.reader. Both work in a similar way.